back to the channel for another reaction. We're taking a look at a first for the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are taking a look at a first band, a new band that we haven't reacted to yet on this channel, and a band that I have never heard of in my life or never reacted to before this. So we're talking about the band Ghost. Now, when I first saw them when I was a little kid, years and years ago, when I first saw that, frontal Pope image on all their albums, I know he's the main singer, but when I first saw his face, I was like, ooh, that looks kind of a little bit too scary for me. I feel like that's a little bit too deep new death metal for me to listen to from back in the day. But over the years, I've come to grow and love metal music and deathcore and stuff like that, so I figured, why not? Why not give these guys a try? Why not finally give in to them? See, because they're amazing. Because they've been around for decades, years and years from back in the day, I believe, and so they're one of those popular bands. They're one up there with one of the greats, I would say, from like the nostalgic metal stuff like that. I would say they got a lot of fans, they got a lot of fan base, and so I've seen some of their clips of them doing some songs. I know typically when their image does not fit the kind of music they do, so I do know they do kind of that that kind of like goth rock kind of sound, with kind of sounds like a little bit more poppy. It's like a little bit more electronic based. I don't really know how to put it, but it's that kind of like goth rock kind of feel to it, which is typically not my sound. I want like the classic metalcore is my personal favorite when it comes to music. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot. It's more than that groove side of things. It's more like like underground club kind of music, I feel like. But they do have that high production value. They have that fan base. Like I said, they do stadiums, they do tours, so they are popular. They are a popular band. So I would have to say similar. So I'll have to see what all the hype's about. I might not find a song here that I like, but the only song that I have heard was the Mary song, the Mary on a Cross, I believe it's called. I have seen clips of that, and not gonna lie, it is very catchy. It is a very catchy chorus. It has that nostalgic kind of like ballroom kind of feel, atmosphere to that kind of song. I don't know, but it is a catchy song, so hopefully this one might be the next Mary one. So we're gonna have to wait and see what this new one has to bring. And it's only coming out for like 2 days or so, and it already has like 2 million views. So that definitely proves their popularity, let me just say. So we're gonna get right into it here. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe, appreciate it, and just really help me out. If you like Ghosts, and if you like Ghosts as well, be sure to leave a like on this video. As well, if you're new here, thank you for stopping by, checking out some awesome music, because we're just getting started on these heavy bangers, ladies and gentlemen. So with enough getting said, let's get right into it. It says Ghosts, newest release track titled Satanized. I feel like they have that 80s kind of classic tone to them. There has that nostalgic video vibe to it. That classic, 80s metal. Kind of that, like Dio vibe to it, kind of like a little bit of Ozzy influence, I feel like. Little Iron Maiden feel. not typically my kind of sound though, but who knows? It might swing me. The monks are jamming out. Don't know what kind of nun outfits those are though. Is that the New Age nun? Woo! We got the solos though. Woo! Oh, very classic 80s. Woo! Yeah, the grooves though, can't deny that. A little tranquility break here. My man's giving in to the ankles. Can't do that, buddy. Yeah, those nuns, man, they're tricky beings. Can't give in to those ankles. Oh, where are we going? We're not done yet? Going to like a Michael Jackson break here, I feel like? I don't know. I guess it's going to have to wait and see for the next one. But, you know, okay. Okay, like I said, very different from what I'm used to. It's not typically my type of sound. It's not my kind of stuff to go out and listen to personally. But, you know, I would like to go dive in deep on these guys for you guys, though. If there's no other tracks you guys want me to hear from these guys, I'll be more than happy to check some of these guys out. But let me just say, it's definitely not what I'm used to on that. But it's very reminiscent of 80s metal. It's very reminiscent of, like, you know, classic metal when it comes to, you know, like 80s rock and stuff like that. Very reminiscent. I was hearing, like, a lot of influences there, like Iron Maiden, like I said, with the vocals and a lot of, you know, kind of like, you know, little Dio vibes in there, hidden there as well. But, you know, it's very, you know, it's very different. You know, I guess I can see why people like this. I can see why, you know, they miss that 80s nostalgic factor. They miss that 80s, you know, hard rock to them that a lot of these 80s bands are getting up in age, you know, that typically don't sound as best, you know, from back in the day when they first started out. So I can see why people can, like, gravitate towards this because they're newer in a way. I don't know how these guys have been. You know, I know they've been around for years, but I don't know how old these guys are, stuff. But I know they have, like, countless albums and stuff like that. But, you know, it's very different. It's very different, like I said. I know these guys like to bring out the theatrics. I know they have, like, you know, that theme to them, similar to, like, you know, what other bands typically do. You know, like, we got Slipknot, we got Sleep Token with the masks, you know, and these guys kind of do the similar kind of thing. You know, they have that image, they have that character that they put on stage. I believe Papa is his name, which is kind of a weird thing to put out as your first, as your front man, you know, sitting there dressed up as the Pope or whatnot. But, you know, technically you do call the father when you go to church, stuff like that. So I kind of get that. But I do believe these guys are kind of like a Satanist type band, you know, not in a way that you would think, you know, they don't do rituals and, like, evil kind of stuff like that, but they portray it in a way more so as their, like, their image, their style, their beliefs and stuff like that. So I do believe that's a thing I've heard from these guys. So I do believe that they're in that sort of realm of when it comes to their you know, portraying their image and stuff like that. But it's not in a way that you guys would think, I would say. So they're definitely, they put it out there, but they don't show it off too much, I would say, but in a way. But I have to check in, looking on that, and make sure I'm correct. The Mary Song one I have heard. I know that's a popular one. It's very catchy, and on the last one I have to react to that one as well. I haven't heard it fully, so I've only heard, like, the chorus and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to check that one out for you guys. But if there's any other Ghost songs you guys want me to react to, be sure to let me know down in the comments in there as well. But yeah, but so far, first impressions, video, nostalgic factor, 80s video in there. It's like it was the sound that I was expecting from these guys. Like I said, a rock ballad, a ballroom dancing kind of vibe to me. I don't know, when I hear them, that's kind of like what I picture, you know. It kind of has that, you know, like, I would say that prom band kind of feel, if you know what I mean. No disrespect either way, but I'm feeling like it's not as like, it's just your typical band. It's your typical like vanilla band. I know I might piss people off for saying that, but I don't know. It's the way I'm portraying the tone. It's the way I'm portraying. It's like a very original tone. It's just like no distortion really. It's just, you know, no crazy effects, no pedals, no whammy bars, no down tune riffs. It's like, it's very, you know, vanilla sounding, I would say. That's what I'm trying to say for you Ghost fans out there. Don't crucify me yet, just yet. Just let me hear some more songs on these guys and give me my full opinion on them. But I know they revealed their like newish look for the next album cycle, so I know they're probably gonna come out with another album later in the year. So I might have to check that one out yet again with all these other bands coming out later this year. That a lot of these bands kind of do. They like changing their look for like the new album cycle, the new tour season. They like to change, like to keep things fresh, to keep things, you know, keep things going. So you don't want to have the same look, the same style, you know, for every tour and every album. So it's good to fresh things up for bands like this. You know, I wonder what the next look is going to be. I wonder what the next theme is going to be. So it's kind of fun thing when you get the fans, you know, interested in that as well. So hopefully I can get to all of those albums for you guys too as well. But yeah, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, especially new here, because we're going to be everything on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to miss out on a single one. I guarantee that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.